Hey everyone, and welcome back to Pennies to Pounds TV. If you are new here, then welcome. This is a channel where we talk about all things personal finance. So if you're looking to learn more about personal finance, up your financial knowledge, then you are in the right place. And if you've been here before, then welcome back. Glad to have you back, and let's just get straight into it. So as you can tell by the topic, this video is going to be how to rebrand and reinvent yourself financially. If you're watching this, then you have decided you want to make a change, but even more so, you want to make a change in your finances, which is amazing. Whether it's about to be the new year or midway through the year, there is no better time than today from watching this video to get yourself started and become a new person. If you work towards your goals from now, within 6 months time to a year, you'll be completely unrecognizable. So you know what? Let me stop talking. Let's get straight into it. So number one is to start budgeting. Now, if you watch any other personal finance videos before, you'll know that this is a common theme, but it's so important because people who really understand their finances are really ahead when it comes to their finances, budget. They understand the ins and outs of their money. Even millionaires budget, right? They may not be doing it themselves, but they'll have accountants and people who work for them who understand what money's coming in and what's going out for what. So it's really important. If you do not budget from now, you are playing yourself. So start from today to start budgeting. Now, the reason I say this is you need to understand where your money is coming and going. If you are just someone who gets paid and bills come out as and when, then you do not have control of your money. You shouldn't let money rule you. You should be ruling your money. I like to budget month to month, and I like to do something called a zero-based budget. And this is essentially where you budget down to the last penny. So I allocate my money and I know where everything is going. So obviously you detail all of your income and then you put down all of your expenses, and I mean everything from subscriptions to bills to nights out to people's birthdays to investments, savings, paying off debts and loans. Everything. You budget down to the last penny so you know exactly where your money is going. And when you do that, you're able to see, what am I spending on? What does that look like? Do I have enough money to cover? Because the worst position, again, you could be in is to not have enough money to cover your bills. So why wait until midway through the month when you need money, or the end of the month? Why not at the beginning of every month make it a habit to start budgeting? Allocate your money, and that way you can identify from early you don't have any issues making any bills. Make that your number one priority from now. Number two is to pick up a side hustle. Now, when I say this, there's a distinction between having a side hustle and starting a business. Quite often they are one and the same for some people, but when I say this, I don't mean starting a whole business. If you want to, again, you can, but for many people who have a 9 to 5, you don't actually have the time, nor perhaps you don't want to start a new business, and you don't have to. There are plenty of ways that you can actually make extra income on the side to supplement your 9 to 5 income. Now, when I say this, you can do so many things. If you are someone who has a skill, and I promise you may be watching thinking, I don't know, I don't have a skill, you do. Figure out what that skill is, whether it's from voiceovering, to copywriting, to video editing, to taking pictures, to recording videos, whatever that is, I promise you, there is something that you can do better than most that other people can't do. Now, this is the key thing when it comes to finding the skill to monetize. It's something that you can do. You don't have to be the best at it. You have to be better than most. For example, I in the past have had someone who manages my emails. Now, that's not to say that I can't do it, but perhaps I found someone who that's their bread and butter, and they're going to go on there. They are someone who is very organized and very scheduled, so they are the best placed to handle my emails. I've also had people who have helped me with events because they are someone who has a lot of connections, able to manage everything, so they manage events. When you sit down and you figure out, what could I offer that can make someone else's life easier, that I can monetize, and you don't have to be the best at it, like I said, you should be better than most, then you can do that and you found your additional side hustle. If, for example, you're saying, you know what, Kia, that's not really a bit of me, that's fine. You can do a range of things like doing surveys online, doing focus groups. There's one point where I was doing focus groups all the time. So that's essentially where a brand, for example, may have a new product that they're launching or something that they want to get people's opinions on, and they'll run focus groups. Quite often these focus groups were in person pre-COVID. Some of them are still virtual now, some of them are back in person, but essentially they'll pay you for half an hour, hour and a half of your time to come down and give your opinion on a new product that they're building, whether it's a new website, a new app, I don't know, a new piece of clothing that they're launching. Brands run it all the time, and they go to specific websites to be able to do that. All of them, which will be linked in the description. I'll find you so many, so you can do that today. But I have made money. I think the most I've ever made, I think I got paid something like £100 to do an hour focus group. Now that may not sound like, actually that does sound like a lot of money. An hour of my time, yeah, that's a lot of money. £100 for an hour focus group was really good. I know I did another one for a trainer company and I believe I got paid £60 and I got a free pair of trainers out of it for giving them an hour and a half of my time, which was great. It was a trainer company that I liked anyway. So like, it's a no-brainer. Why not do a focus group? They can be good ways to generate money if you do them on a regular basis. So it's an extra bit of income that you can do. If you're someone who shops a lot, maybe you're the one who's in charge of doing the household shopping, there are loads of apps that allow you to scan receipts and earn money that way that you can pull straight out into your PayPal. There's so many different side hustles that you can do. They don't have to be monetizing skills if you don't want to. There's just things that you can do on the side to generate extra income. And I promise you, having that extra income allows you to do more, which we're gonna get into in a second with what you can do with extra money. Number 3 is to upskill, upskill, upskill. I am the biggest fan of upskilling because if you are someone who's looking to earn more money, if you want 2023 and beyond to be your most profitable years to come, then you need to upskill. You cannot, and I repeat, you cannot make the money that you want to make being on your current skill set. So I'm someone who's always a fan of learning new things. So for example, right now for me, it's learning how to video edit a bit more. In the past, I've learned how to illustrate, I've learned how to graphic design, I've learned how to hair color, all these different things that have allowed me to either offer a new thing that I can charge for or be able to increase my prices of the things that I already do. There are so many different platforms out there that allow you to learn for free, YouTube being one of them, hence why you're watching this video. Places like Udemy are really cheap. Places like Google offer their own certificates if you're looking to get into tech. So do Microsoft, so do so many places, again, which I'll put down below. I believe Harvard also have their own one. I've done their computer science one. They have so many different free or really cheap courses that you can do to either get a certificate at the end or just upskill in general. Now, it's not just so you can offer that skill that you've learned as a monetized service that people can pay for, but it's also within your job. If you decided, you know what, next year I'm gonna go for that promotion, I'm not ready now, then the best thing that you can do for yourself today is to learn a skill. Number 4 is to start saving and investing a percentage of your income. So saving is key because you want to reach some sort of financial goal. So depending on what age you are, at some point, you might want to get a car, you might want to buy a house, you might want to just move out, you might just want to go on holiday and have a nice time. Whatever your goals are, they all require money. And one thing that you need to know is that you'll never be able to get there if you don't start thinking smart and saving towards your goals. So it's really important to have the goal amount that you want. So let's just say I want to go on a nice lavish holiday in 12 months time. And I know it's going to cost me £1,000. So that is my goal. So from then, I'm going to work backwards and figure out what percentage of my income will I need to put away to reach that goal. So maybe it's 10%, maybe it's 15%, maybe it's 20%. Figure out an amount that's comfortable for you and your finances. Now, you'll see if you follow us on Instagram that we put up a recent reel from one of our last podcast episodes about saving a percentage. And this is really good because that percentage now means that even when your income increases or decreases, that amount will tailor with it. So if you get a pay rise and you're saving 10% of your income, that will now increase because your income is increased, as opposed to saying I want to save £100 a month, or I want to save £500 a month. If you just do a percentage, that will adjust based on your income, whether it goes up or goes down. Same with investing. Now, I'm very big on teaching people and encouraging generational wealth. So this is something that, especially in the Black community, we don't talk about a lot and we don't have a lot of, if I'm honest. So it's so important, regardless of your race, to start thinking about generational wealth. Now, if you want to think, when I get to a certain age and my kids, I want to leave money to them or to my grandkids or to whoever, you need to start thinking from now. And that comes with investing. So not just investing in property, investing in businesses, but investing in yourself. So investing in things like your pension, investing in things, just normal investment accounts. It all comes from there. So again, you want to start thinking about putting away a percentage of your income into investments. Now, most investment platforms allow you to start with as little as like £5 to start investing. So you don't have to feel like you need to be a millionaire to start investing, but start thinking about that. Maybe you want to put 10% away to savings and 10% to investments every month. Whatever that amount is, only you can decide that percentage based on your income, but start doing that from now. And I promise you, in 5, 10, 15 years, you'll be so happy with yourself that you started today focusing on your finances and focusing on your investments from now. And my last one is to identify your negative financial habits. Now, when I say this is probably the most key one and the one I want to end with, because if you want to rebrand and reinvent yourself financially, you need to understand your pitfalls. Understand where you're currently going wrong. Maybe you like shopping online. So perhaps it's something where you need to sit down with yourself and say, when do I shop online? Do I shop online when I'm bored? Is it when I'm sad? What are my triggers that make me spend the money that I don't perhaps need to spend? Maybe you like to eat out a lot. So maybe you're thinking, why do I do that? Is it because I can't cook at home? Is it because I don't have time to cook? Figure out where your negative financial habits are, and then you can start to work backwards and work to repair them. Because the only way you're going to be able to master your finances, some people say, you know what, once I'm on 50k, 100k, I'll be great with finances. That is not the case. It is from now, whatever income you're on, it is from now understanding how to manage that money and how to kind of curb some of the negative behaviors that you have in regards to money. From now will help you that when you see a 5, 10, 15, 20k pay increase or pay rise, you'll be able to say, you know what, I can manage my money even better now, because even though I've got more money, naturally your spending will increase slightly, but it won't be disproportionate to your income rise. So it's so important to identify your negative triggers when it comes to money and figure out what you can do to stop them. For example, if you're someone who likes to shop a lot and shops when they're sad, quite often those people do that because when you add something to your basket, you get that dopamine hit. You feel happy, you feel good knowing that you bought something essentially. But when it comes, a lot of people have told me, it's just not the same. It comes and it's like, I didn't really want this. I spent money that I didn't really need to spend on this item. So perhaps maybe you just add it to your basket. And one thing I like to enforce, if that is something that you find you struggle with, is the 48-hour rule. So if you add something to your basket, you do that and you leave it there. If after 48 hours you still remember it's there and you want it, then you check out because that's something you likely want to buy. And if you've forgotten about it after 48 hours, it was more than likely an impulse purchase. You probably didn't need to spend that money. The reason why it works is because A, you still get that dopamine hit, you still get to add things to your basket and still feel good and happy when you do it. And B, you save yourself money. You don't buy unwanted items that perhaps you didn't need and could have done with that money elsewhere. So like I said, it's really key to identify your triggers and figure out what you're gonna do and what you're gonna start working on to curb those triggers. Thank you so much guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to follow us on all of our socials as we have different content all over the place. So if you're looking to level up your finances, follow us everywhere. We've also got our website. You can read more and I have some really informative articles and resources that you can check out. But yeah, if you like this, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe and share. Let us know down below any other videos you want from us and we'll be sure to do that. And yes, another video out very soon. Bye guys.